Next question today is from Alice. Alice says, you sometimes post cooking videos or pictures, and it seems you generally know your way around the kitchen, but what's the silliest mistake you've made while cooking? Okay, this is the most embarrassing cooking mistake I think I've made. You know how when you cook pasta in water, right? You eventually want to strain out the water and keep the pasta. So you put a strainer in your sink and you take the water and you pour everything into the strainer. The water goes down, but the pasta stays. When you're making certain broths, like for some Asian soups, you flavor the broth with a lot of different, cinnamon stick and star anise and different things. But eventually you want to get rid of the stuff and just keep the broth. But because for me, it's such a rare thing, I've gone through the process of making a broth with, for pho or something like that, with star anise and cinnamon stick and pieces of garlic and onion, whatever. And then without even thinking twice about it, I will take it, strain the liquid through a strainer straight down my sink, and then I am left with only what I meant to throw out, which is the cinnamon stick and the star anise and whatever else. I think I've done that probably 2 or 3 times.
Well, how are you even supposed to do it? You have to fish it out manually?
You can either take like a sort of slotted ladle and pick up the stuff you want to get rid of, or you put the strainer on top of a bowl in your sink so that then when you put the water, the broth through it, you collect the broth in a bowl. That's, I guess, the way you're supposed to do it.
As far as a cooking mistake, though, that's not too bad. I mean, I've just left the burner on and went about my day, leaving the house, and probably nearly caused the fire. It's one of the dumbest things I've done in my life.
That's pretty bad. Yeah. No, that's certainly more dangerous than what I did. Although what I did was pretty disappointing after you spend an hour making some nice broth and then you just throw it down the drain. The other thing is I once tried making flan with raw sugar because it was the only thing I had. And when you start to make flan, you want to mix sugar with water and basically bring it to a boil and make a caramel out of it. And I just assumed the raw sugar will work in the same way as just white refined sugar. And it doesn't. It turns out that the white sugar is an important element as one of only 2 ingredients, the other being water, in the caramel. So I just made like a very strange paste at the bottom of a pan. Those are the ones I can think of. I don't know. Maybe there's some I'm forgetting. I think once, here's another one. The first time I'd moved into a new place, and I had an electric oven, which I wasn't used to. I was used to gas. I wanted to make sort of like breaded chicken cutlets. And I was used to, with a gas range, I had to turn the gas up pretty high. And with the electric one, you needed it at like medium low. The oil was so hot that I dropped in the first piece of chicken. It instantly burned, turned black, and set off a fire alarm, which lasted like 15 or 20 minutes. So that was a learning experience, I would say.